Hi everyone, this is Mr. Fritz, and we are going to talk about the 8th grade semester electives. First thing to know is, what's a semester? A semester is half a year. Semi, like semicircle, meaning half a circle. Well, that's where we get the word semester from. So the first class we're going to talk about is art. It is drawing and painting and sculpting. If you go into that class, it's always vibrant, there's always things happening, and people don't realize how many jobs require artistic skills these days. Long time ago, if you wanted to be an artist or a musician, the joke was, oh, where are you going to wait tables? Well, now every business has a graphic designer, every business has somebody who's in charge of their website, and everybody wants things to look as good as they can. And now is a really good time for artists to be able to make money as artists. So if you're at all interested in that stuff, please take the art class. In 8th grade, we have a career skills class. And the cool thing about that is it helps teach you how to act on a job, what skills are going to be required. We call them workplace readiness skills in the language of counseling. And you don't need to know all that stuff right now, but they go into great detail on the skills that students need to be successful on the job. And even little things like how do guys tie a tie, they cover. They'll cover how do you handle yourself in an interview. The career skills class will teach you how to find a job, what are the skills that employers are looking for, and how to get that job. The teen living class in 8th grade is mostly cooking and sewing. And like we've talked about in the 6th grade and 7th grade videos, you spend half of your time in the sewing lab and half of your time in the food lab. Technology education has two classrooms. You have the production room, which has table saws and band saws and sanders and hammers and nails and all that sort of stuff, and you're actually building things in that room. We've had students build rockets, we've had students make CO2 cars, we've got kids making all sorts of things. In the module side of things, students go and they rotate through 12 different modules. Most students can only do 3, maybe 4 during the course of a class, during the course of the entire class. And you'll do things, there's a little robotics unit, there's a little mechatronics unit where you can carve out your own keychain. There's a section that helps you make your house as energy efficient as possible. So there's all sorts of things that you can do in there. If you want to go into construction, if you want to be a civil engineer, if you want to be an architect, one of the things that I see our top students doing is overlooking the tech ed class. And they'd rather take a high school credit class of foreign language, and I think they're missing the boat because you're missing a lot of the practical applications that physicists need to know, engineers need to know, and things like that before they even get into high school. So take a look at the tech ed class. We have an advanced computer solutions and coding class in the 8th grade. Now, in order to take that, there are some prerequisites. In 6th and 7th grade, you needed to take the Computer Solutions and Coding 1 and 2 classes. So this 8th grade version just builds on that. So you're going to learn more of how to make the computer do what you want to do, and you're going to learn even more about coding. One of my favorite things about that is if you can be a really good coder, you can work from your house, you can work from just about anywhere. I have friends that travel from country to country every single year, and they work remotely, just living wherever it is they want to live until they find the place they really like. Some are almost like modern day vagabonds, going from place to place, making a really good living with computer coding. And they just bring their laptop with them, and they go all over the world that way. The Digital Input and Applications class is a semester-long class that carries high school credit, half of a high school credit, and it's similar to what we used to call keyboarding. You learn how to type, but beyond that, it's kicked up a notch for the modern age. So they're going to teach you how to take those skills and apply them to computer use and start to make sure you understand how the computer works, how all the programs work, at least the basic fundamentals of all of them. So whenever you get to a program, you know the basics of how to use it. The Desktop Media and Presentations class is pretty much what it sounds like. You learn how to make multimedia presentations with the computer. So instead of just the same old boring PowerPoint, You might have music playing, you might have pictures flying in, you might import some video that you created in another program, and you're going to find ways to make your computer presentations as good as possible. Again, that's a semester class that carries a half of a high school credit. Don't take it because it's a high school credit. Take it because you want it. But it's nice that you happen to get that if you do. So those are all of the semester classes that you can take while you're in 8th grade. Remember, middle school is a great time to explore and to try whole new things, but some of you may know what you want to be when you get older. Some of you want to be doctors, you might want to be lawyers, you might want to run your own construction firm, you might want to be whatever. If you think you know what you want to do, take some classes in 8th grade. They're going to help steer you towards where you want to be. And remember, we have high school academies, we have the Advanced Technology Center and the Tech Center, and some of those places have prerequisites, and you want to make sure you've got the skills and the classes needed to get into those particular specific programs. So if you're not sure about those, talk to your school counselor now, and let's get you all set up with the right electives to get you where you want to be. Have a great day, everybody.